For the next couple of days, I want to spend just a minute or two talking about our families and how we can invest in our families. I believe that the greatest legacy that we can leave is the legacy of a healthy family, a family where each member has a direction, they know where they're going and how they're going to get there. We're going to be gone, but we want to leave something behind that matters. And so today's Sunday, and had the opportunity to grab our student ministries pastor here at our church, J.J. Mord, and he's been a great blessing in my life and the life of my children. I think it's true, and parents understand this, that there is no one that is a greater blessing to you than those that invest in your kids. And JJ has invested in my family, both my teenagers, my two older kids, and my two younger kids now. And they love being in all of the programs that we have here at the church. And now I have not my cousins, my kids' cousins, my nephews. Not nieces, no nieces, nephews. Are all here as well. So we've got a bunch of kids in our family that are here, and you're ministering to all of them. And as we talk about the family, you have a unique perspective, I think. You have a young child.
Yes.
And Callie is two. Almost two.
Yeah.
And so you're learning to raise a child and all the things that means. And then working with families who are raising kids, both older kids and younger kids. And I know you've got a unique perspective on it. So my question to you, I guess, is this, and you can take this anywhere that you want to, but my question is, if you had to sit down and talk to a family that was maybe on the fence, they're more involved in a lot of other things than they are the spiritual things, what is it you would tell them? Why do they need to invest in the spiritual life of their kids?
Well, I would ask them one question, and I would ask them, are you raising your kids, what are you raising your kids to be? Are you raising your kids to be an athlete? Then they should be in athletics 5 days a week.
Sure.
Are you raising them to be a politician or a mathematician or whatever?
Yep.
And all of those things are good things, but as Christians, we want to raise our kids to be Christ followers.
Yeah.
And it's been said thousands of times, if you stand in a garage, it doesn't make you a car.
Right.
If you go to church, it doesn't make you a Christian.
Sure.
But it is an atmosphere where it can really help grow faith, and church is vital. I grew up in church, but it didn't really latch on until I saw firsthand how Jesus can transform a life.
Yeah.
And I think just being around that constantly, kids can kind of understand. They can see if it is really lived out through parents and through others, and just to have that constant, consistent way of, hey, this is important, and Christ, it matters in my life, and it's going to make a difference in everything that you do.
Yeah.
It's not something that we do; it's something who we are, and I think that's important to tell your kids.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of conversations around this idea of offensive faith. A lot of us as Christians, I think we're on the defense.
Yeah.
We're trying to protect our kids, protect ourselves, keep the world out. But really there's an aspect, and even the Great Commission given to us by Jesus was very offensive. It was go get them.
Right.
And I think investing in our kids, particularly in the context of the church and children's ministries and youth ministries and even beyond that into the other ministries of the church, that's a very offensive act.
Yeah.
We're not trying to protect our kids, and this is kind of the pushback, right? Like,
Right.
why would we want to protect our kids?
Right.
We're not trying to protect them. We're trying to prepare them to go out and really take their faith out to the world.
Exactly. And there's no better, we go to school to learn about schooling things.
Yeah.
There's no better place to learn about spiritual warfare than church. And that's why I would just encourage families of all types. It doesn't matter if your kids are 17 and they're just about to go off to college.
Yep.
Start today. Today could be the first day of the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And it starts, young age. By the age of 9, a child will already make up his or her mind of the core beliefs. And we're inundated of so many bad influences are coming in, and this is a great way to take ground. And really put a good thing in your child's life, not just for their childhood, but for their future.
Yeah.
And it's valuable. It's valuable because someone that has the Christian values, they're genuinely nice people. Generally,
Sure.
nice
Yeah.
people to be around.
Yeah.
And that makes an important that makes the importance of just the world go round.
Yeah. So it's understand as a parent, and this is like this idea of having an offensive faith or leaving a legacy. It's understanding, why am I raising my kids? What am I raising them to do? Where do I want them to end up? Okay, if I want them to be the people that God created them to be, then I need to get them into a place where they can learn how to be what God created them to be.
Right.
I take responsibility as a parent, and then I get them into a church. I get them into an environment where they can learn, and then equip them so they can be sent out, be a better person, be that person that God created them to be, and really take their faith out to the world.
Right. And I think another valuable thing that the church can add to family is just that outside voice of saying the exact same thing.
Sure.
That parents will say. My parents, they would say things all the time. My mom, all the time.
Parents do that.
Good things. Good things. But it didn't click until my youth pastor or my coach that was a part of the Christian school that I went to. He said it, and it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because my parents didn't make sense. It was just that other voice.
Hearing someone else say it. That's right. Yeah. Invest in your kids. Get them in the right place where they can hear the right message from the right people.
Yes.
And God will use that in their lives well beyond your own life and influence on them.